Time now for Focus Today. While the international forces fighting the Islamic State group in the Middle East feel that the tide is turning in their favour, there are fears in South Asia that the militants' influence is growing there. It is a particular worry in Bangladesh. This is the world's fourth most populous Muslim country, and you'll recall that there's been a string of violent Islamist-linked murders there in the last 2 years. People judged to be atheists, members of the LGBTQ community, activists and others are living under the shadow of this new breed of militants. Our correspondents have been to Dhaka to find out what kind of protection is on offer and why some Bangladeshis say that their government is yet to come up with any good ideas on how to stop the violence.
From the moment he steps out of his door, Maulana Fariduddin Masood is accompanied by armed policemen. The moderate Islamic scholar and preacher has become a prime target for religious fundamentalists in Bangladesh, especially those who claim to be affiliated with Islamic State organization.
If you look at the latest Islamic State video about Bangladesh, then after our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and our former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia, they have declared that I am the number 3 target.
Masood has already been the target of one suicide bombing in July this year, as he was about to deliver his annual Eid address. 3 people, including 2 policemen, were killed in the attack. Masood believes he was targeted for preaching against the Islamic State organization and religious extremism.
The Islamic State group's thinking is very different, and they are extremely radical. Anyone who criticizes them is considered to be an infidel and against Islam, and they say it is their responsibility to kill these infidels. So the attack on me and other Muslims is not so surprising because they do not consider us to be true Muslims.
The attack on Masood happened just a week after the July 1st massacre inside this Dhaka bakery. By the time Bangladeshi commandos regained control of the establishment, 20 people, mostly foreigners, had been massacred. The country's most high-profile terror attack to date was carried out by 5 young Bangladeshis claiming allegiance to the Islamic State organization. Shishir Bairagi was working in the kitchen when the attack started.
This is so sad. We used to work here. We were so happy. To see it all end like that, it's very painful.
Like many others here, Shishir says he was surprised by the identity of the attackers.
They looked just like normal guests when they entered, and we could not believe that these young men were terrorists. They sounded like they were from educated, well-to-do families. And to see them committing